What's going on with the truckers? You guys already know I travel far around the nation, America, the world, just trying to find the best information and just the most interesting, timeless parts about trucking. So we're here today. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey everybody, Lance Brown here with PDI, Performance Diesel Inc.
Man, we talked off camera, and in 2012, 13, 14 even, this behind you was destroying the game and basically was out of this world. I mean, can you talk about that a little bit, brother?
You bet, yeah. Coming up almost 10 years now. In 2012 and 13, we built this truck. This was our first fully built PDI truck, built completely in-house. We showed it on the Pride and Polish circuit. Did really well. You know, there was some really good competitors back in the day. I mean, a lot of folks are still familiar with the trucks that were out in that time frame. Davis Brothers, a handful of others. It was very, very stringent competition, but this truck did come out on top. This was the 2013 national champion in the Pride and Polish circuit.
What did it take for this to be just the baddest truck in the, I'm not saying the world at that point. Can we walk around and just show some things that people might not have ever known about it?
You bet, absolutely. So as you mentioned, what it took, I mean, back in those days you had to have a lot of custom pieces. We're not talking, I bought this, I painted it and put it on my truck. It was, hey, I built this from scratch. This is a one-off piece. So, you know, back in the day, and you know, fast forward to today, a lot of the things on this truck are fairly common now as far as drop panels, penny lights, etc. But you know, 10 years ago or nearly 10 years ago, they weren't that common. So on the exterior of the truck, you can see probably the biggest thing is the paint scheme, the paint job. This paint job is a one of a kind. This is the only component on this truck that was not completely done in-house. This was done by a local pinstriper, something that come out of his head and went on to this paint. We did do all the base paint, the clear coat, everything like that ourselves, just not the airbrushing. But that's, you know, probably the biggest visual from the outside. Moving inside, back in the day, you know, painted aluminum floor, that was a custom piece. We didn't go over the top in this truck. As you can see, it still has a lot of the factory dash panels, etc., unpainted. Custom seats, custom floor, painted the dash, ran the paint scheme through from the outside to the inside with the airbrush flames. Keeping it clean, keeping it simple. This is a 2006 Peterbilt 379. Moving to the back side of the truck, as I mentioned, the drop panels, those are 12 gauge drop panels with the penny lights mounted underneath. 10 years ago that was cutting edge. Today it's commonplace, but hidden or blind mount penny lights, fully enclosed deck plate with a hidden hydraulic tank between the frame rails for our wet kit. This truck does pull a walking axle or traveling axle landau. We've got the connections out the back, California style. Custom T-bar here between there. You can see that's all custom built. That was built by our in-house fabrication team. Built to hold these Hogue-built full stainless fenders that we've painted to match the truck as well. And then we matched the theme throughout the back bumper again with a custom built back bumper. Just a lot of small touches. Fully encased underneath the frame rail as well with stainless steel. Now if you want to go back up, we'll show you the real excitement under the hood.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it, brother. And that's the thing people don't know. This was all 10, 11 years ago.
Right.
And
so
people still stop.
Yeah.
And their jaws just break when they see this PDI truck.
This truck gets a lot of eyeballs on it. We primarily do truck shows with it, pulling our custom display trailer. It's an old race trailer. Matches quite well, pulls it around the country quite well. As you can see under the hood here, we built this truck with all of our PDI performance parts. So kind of giving you a walkthrough from the inside out. It has our stage 2 cam in it, which for horsepower and torque gains is phenomenal.
Let's start pointing, let people know. all the stuff?
Starting with a base C15 Acert cat. We built it from there, from the inside out. On the outside, obviously, the visuals are our big compound turbo setup here. This is a phenomenal turbo setup for running higher horsepower applications, moving the airflow you need to move to keep your exhaust temps cool so you can use the power that you're creating. That's one thing PDI has been very stringent on, is makes no sense to make power if you can't use it. So that's the airflow behind the power. Our compound turbos, you can't quite see behind there, but it's bolted to our exhaust manifold. The manifold is designed for the same thing, an increase in horsepower and torque, more airflow, keeping the exhaust temps cool. Very strong material, it doesn't warp and crack like a factory OE manifold would. You can't very well see it, but in the cab it has our mount and our tuner monitor. Our tuning has been, leading the industry for years now as far as horsepower and torque gains, better fuel efficiency, etc. The monitor is nice to be able to monitor gauges, check and clear a trouble code, whatever you need to do there. Tuner monitor. You got a gauge package there. These new emission trucks gives you a pyrometer, which is pretty important when you're out there building power, pulling, wanting to know what's going on with your engine. You can also do diagnostics with it. So if check engine light comes on, you can do your own vehicle diagnostics, check and clear that trouble code. The tuning portion gives you two different options. You got economy, power, and stock. Economy is a 10% increase. Power gives you a full 15% increase on horsepower and torque. And then, like I say, you got a customizable gauge package here, anywhere from 1 gauge to a 5 gauge layout, monitoring anything that ECM is monitoring. So you can go in and customize that gauge layout to watch whatever it is you're wanting to watch. Do your own vehicle diagnostics. You can do your own forced regens on these new emission trucks. So
I've been in that situation where my damn truck kept on shutting off, that I needed a regen, and my ass had to take it to a shop, and then they forced regened it, and then it was okay. Right. If I would have had one of these,
do it yourself.
That I could have done it myself.
Yeah. So that's the nice thing about this, is it's just giving the owner more control over their own livelihood. If the truck's under warranty, sure, the dealer will do the forced regen at no charge, but you're going to take a half a day or a day of your life to go get that done, when you could do that at home in your driveway, and then you get right back to work and keep making money. That's a visual on the inside of the truck on the dash. But PDI tuning, exhaust manifold, turbo system, cams, gives us the horsepower and torque we need to get up and down the road.
I love it, brother.
So diving a little deeper here under the hood, obviously you see a lot of chromed components. A lot of things that people stand back and just look at still today are a lot of the custom built pieces that are on this truck. This is our windshield washer reservoir, all encased in stainless, which has been chromed. Chromed coolant reservoir up top, ceramic coated and chromed on all the turbos. A lot of the components, bracketry, etc., has been chromed. Just kind of a lot of little one-off pieces, which 10 years ago was pretty awesome, obviously.
I appreciate you so much, brother. It's one of those things, it's just a treat. Like, I can't imagine 10 years ago, this is pretty much the most custom built truck in America. And it's still here today, and it's still breaking necks.
Yeah, for sure.
So at the end of the day, if people are looking at PDI and wanting to find out information, what's the best resource to get a hold of y'all?
We have a lot of different avenues, a lot of different platforms you can reach out to us. We do, on average, 12 to 14 of these truck shows a year, so you can come out and see this truck in person, visit with some of our sales staff. You can visit any one of our dealers across the United States, or you can give us a shout. Look us up online, www.pdidiesel.com, Instagram, all your social media platforms as well.
That's great, brother. And I know we have some displays. If you guys don't know, me and my man here, we're friends off camera, so I just love showing love to good people. So anything that you want to let people know, maybe educate them a little bit on why certain PDI parts would be great for their truck, or what would be just good for the owner-operator out here trying to make some money.
Absolutely. So ultimately, our PDI tuning is the only tuning in the market that has a CARB executive order, which makes it CARB compliant, EPA compliant for all 50 states. That's all right in a handheld tuner. You sit in the driver's seat, retune your engine with our custom tuning. We've been leading the industry there for years, just continually innovating, getting better products, newer products, intake manifolds for the Cummins, exhaust manifolds for Cat, Cummins, Detroit, compound turbo setups for the new Cummins. It's all about horsepower, torque, and fuel efficiency, and doing it the right way, the legal way, with all the emissions testing done, which, you know, puts you in a fantastic situation for reselling the truck, etc.
Gotcha. All right, good stuff. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Yes, sir.